Hello, 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 my peeps. Ap di nou, go kout chap, bap vò go kout chap pou nou, et bonsoir, bonjour, sa depan de lò wap tan de podcast la. Of course, you connais, c'est moi-même, Dr. Andral, your host, your favorite host. And then, of course, ou la kayo nan Antoutfranchiz pou un lot épisode. C'est un plaisir pour me gagner, nou avec moi et jodi a. Of course, topic lan c'est professional woman's journey, time to health, wellness, and of course, nou gen avec nous comme guest, c'est Magdala Emmanuel. So, ce nous pral parler de mental health que nous connaissons. C'est un sujet et c'est un topic et moi vraiment passionné de lui. And of course, having dealing with mental health myself, and of course, continue to do so. So I'm very engaged and very invested, if you will, quand il s'agit de mental health. And of course, my goal is one day na communauté haïtienne nan, so nous tout capable di, hey, today is not my day, or today I'm not my hair, and it's okay. So nobody pense bagay negative de ou, or think you going crazy, or you losing your mind. So encore une fois, bienvenue dans En toute franchise podcast. Magdala. So Magdala Emmanuel c'est guest nous. So Magdala, dis moun yo, pour moi-même, moi connais, mais dis moun yo en audience en toute franchise podcast, qui moun yo ye?
Yeah, so moi le Magdala, moi connais Andral depuis le nous te Haïti dans collège Saint-Pierre ensemble. So c'est comme ça nous yon vin zami avec l'autre.
All right. So nous te ti mon Haïti, a fait demoiselle, manger papita, having
Yeah,
a great life, really. Haïti peut quand même na etalte là. Or who would have thought,
I
Quand
know,
ya
I
pou bal Haïti
know.
la kayo, wap pense. So of course life happens, right? So
True.
mwen vin rete USA, and of course ou vin rete USA. So fon ti pale nou briefly, like your journey. So ou vin ici, ou al l'école, by high school, go to college, and have a family, and.
Sure, sure. Yeah, so lem vini si mwen fini high school mwen uh, boy sit Massachusetts et puis mwen te al nan collège pour healthcare administration. So lem fin graduate, so sa mte kon fè se manager clinique l'hôpital bagay sa yo. So se kon sa an travay mwen vin mette mwen vin fè kek koneksyon ansam avèk an pil moun tou ki tap soufri bagay mental. E sa m vin wè tou se gen an pil haisyen ki pa vle pale de suje sa. Tako se an suje ki vreman tabou liye. So se sa k fè tou sa vreman bon man pil pasan paske mwen menm tou mwen soufri mental health. So, se lem vin, sa vin pase, e sa vin ouve jem tou, paske lem ap di moun sa, tout moun ap, non, pa pale bere ko sa Magdala, moun ap di ou se fou. E se pa fou mte fou, se just stress, la vi, ti moun, al l'ekol, travay, stress vin trop pou mwen, so se sak fe mte vin fe depresyon, but sak fe mte vreman kontan vin sou podcast sa, se paske m bezwen vin ankouraje an pil moun sou soufri de depresyon, sou gen anxiety, whatever it is, chache ed, paske gen ed la. Pa okipe moun ki ap di ou se fou bagay sa yo, chache ed.
Exactly, but you kind of like were a little bit broad. So logical sa, stress, l'école, own family. So of course, anu di ko sa, ou fin college ou graduate, and then of
Mhm.
course, you working a nice paying jobs, like you a professional, you managing people, you managing clinics, so you have a big responsibility. And then of
True.
course, ou gen famille, ou ap manage. I mean, but by the way, I commend you parce que 99.9% haïtien tout c'est nurse, okay? So thank you. Thank you. But of course, we take what éclairé to not be
Yeah,
to norm anyway.
it's
So,
true.
but of course, you're managing people, you're managing, clinics. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
a big responsibility. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, on monde qui en dehors de ou même de famille. Oh, Magdala got it going on. So c'est ça, really, she's a boss woman, like making things happen. Like, ou a
Yeah.
parler, moun suppose tande, so dit c'est ça. So, how est-ce qu'on est capable d'expliquer nous, like, what was the first thing qui fait ou connaît que mentally you're not doing okay, or was it an incident, est-ce que c'est ton bagage qui t'est arrivé, or something one
Mm-hmm.
day you just snap, or c'est ton bagage qui t'est là déjà, and then like tant que, my late mother used to say l'homme était trop beau quitte là, and then eventually it's overflow. I
Yeah.
mean, est-ce qu'on peut raconter nous, cause
Yeah, ça passe. So, moi-même, ça vient passer. Je suis un bon travailleur. So, aucune fille haïtienne nous toujours voulait montrer que nous capables um, um,
handle everything.
endurer toute bagaille. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
moi
yeah.
m'rele nous Hebrew slave, that's what I call us. If you're a Haitian woman, you a Hebrew
Yeah,
slave.
yeah, that's what it is. So, ma travail a fait l'argent, gros l'argent, ap di moun sa pou yo fè. So, m senti mwen sou top, top of the world. So, I was on top
Yep.
of my game. So then I go to work and then I come home, then I have my family, taking care of kids, of course, cooking, cleaning, and all the Haitian stuff. So, and I was doing well. So then I was able to manage my work and my life, have a really nice work-life balance. But then, mette sou dom, mette sou dom, mette sou dom, so mba jem okipe tet mwen. So, se just, map travay, 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 okipe ti moun, okipe mari. So, pat jam gen tan pou Magdala. Ki tan te gen pou Magdala, pa jam gen. Paske tout moun ap, mommy, I'm here, wife, I'm there, boss, I'm here, being a is hard sometimes. It's very hard, because no one else, because you become accountable for every single person that you have, that you have to manage. So, and then one day, um, like right after too, because COVID kind of made it worse. I don't think I had depression before. I felt like because of COVID and all of the stress that I had, for my job and everyone else in my life, so then it was just too much for me to handle. And then one day, I just told my husband, listen, I need to go get help because my head, I don't feel like I'm myself today. I can't think. My mind went blank. I couldn't get out of bed. I was just like, take me to the hospital because today's the day that I may not come back home. And that's how it happened,
Wow.
you
So
know?
when okay, so Lord Di Mario, I'm not feeling myself today. I'm not my hair today. Um. So I mean, kisa maudi parce que as far as he's concerned, life is great.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is dress right dress. So, but out of the blue, his wife called, hey, menem l'hôpital parce que m'ka pa vin la kay mwen jodi a. So what was the conversation? So Lord il sa like, okay, li te kwel ou bien que like question te pose, or
Mm-hmm.
automatically like he gets it. Let's go.
Well, yeah, well, Marim kon ki es mwen, li konen mwen men, mpa jam di bagay ki pasa. E pou m di
Okay.
yon moun ke, tet mwen pa bon, sa vreman te balan pil chok. Kounya la, so li mande, what do you mean? And I'm like, exactly what I said. Mpa santi mwen men anko, m santi mpa kapab, like, mpa ka respire, m santi tout pot, like, tout mi ap feme sou mwen, tet mwen ap vire, m just mpat mwen men. So kounya la, m vin explike l tout sa yo, m di ko sa chéri, m di ou mwen pa mwen men. Si m pase der, ansam ba kont sa ka pase, but m santi m pap toune, paske tet mwen pa bien, tet mwen chou, m santi m gen tro bagay ki a pase an dan servo, m pa kapab make sense of it. It was
Mm-hmm.
just too much. I couldn't make sense of anything that was going on in my head. It was just too much happening all at once. So then, and thank God he is, he's a very good man. So he understood a big, and plus seeing my face, how straight faced I was, and he was just like, "Yep, this woman is serious. So we
Got
need to
it.
go to the hospital." So
All
and
right. But prior to that phone call, est-ce que comme si, because obviously c'est ton bagage qui était là, I mean, est-ce que out of the blue, or t'as kou di, ou t'es commencé stressé, but hey, I can handle it, I got it,
hmm
like, petit à petit, bagage la pou augmenter to the point where you like, okay, this is it, like, I gotta do something about it.
yeah,
And
that's what
I have to do
happened.
something now.
That's what happened. Like stress la vin an ti kras, den li augmente, but ou konen nou men, nou pa vreman moun ki eme plen an pil. Si stres
Yes.
la vini, nou just mette pantalon nou sou nou, monte l, mare senti nou, tout sa pou nou fè tout bagay mache. So se sa mte kon fè. You
You think,
know, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
Okay,
sorry.
sorry. You think the fact that nous pas jamais playing, even though that we feel overwhelmed at times, that used
Mm-hmm.
to be me. Est-ce qu'on pense that this is part of our upbringing? Like, l'on parle de Haïtien, like we're so resilient. And I tell people we too resilient at times. And that's really bad on our part. So then, of course, parents no living, oh, hey, you got to be resilient. You have to do this. You have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to make the expectation of the family. You have to make the expectation of people at work. You have to meet the expectation of the society. It just one you having all these expectations that you have to check.
Yeah, yeah. I think so. I think it's really part of the Haitian upbringing
Culture,
because
really.
yeah,
Yeah.
because our parents, they are resilient people. So then watching them, taking on so much and never complaining, then
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
feel like we have to be like them. And not only that, we feel like we have to be better than our parents because that's
That's
what they
true.
expect from us.
The
The
expectation.
expectation is
Keyword.
like,
The
yeah, the
expectation.
expectation is you have to be better than me. If I could do this, then you better be able to do better. So
Oh yes.
that was the expectation for my family. So seeing my mom and my dad working hard, very hard and never complain one day out of their life. So then it was me. So I did not want to complain. I did not want to tell people, that it's too much for me. I'm too stressful. I need help. The word was, I feel like being Haitian, you cannot ask for help because the minute you open your mouth and say, I need help, the first thing they say, oh, petite, ou gon gros travail, qui aide ou besoin.
Not
Ou
even
gon
that. Pile
bel
l'argent
kay.
ça va
Yeah, pi
faire.
la
Qui
job fait la,
problème ou
yeah,
qui
ki
ou
problem ou
Mario qui
genyen. Yeah,
famille. Yes.
ou gon mari ou gen bon timoun, ou ap gen bon machine, ki problem pou genyen, ou pa dwe gen
Oui.
problem. But se kompran
Oui.
ou pa kompran.
Ou
Yeah.
connaît, on l'autre bagaille parent toujours dit, oh, wap plein. Moi même l'aime tellement la joue pas de guet tout ça.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God. Oh,
Yeah.
moi, oh, ou bien papi gommode li dou. Moi même depuis à 18 ans, m'so je l'aime dans l'académie, m'rele m'a demandé l'argent. Oh, moi même l'aime te gen 18 ans, m'te gata responsable tête
Yeah,
moi.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
l'école, 18 ans, on paye un pas du comme ça,
Ou pa di
ça
kon
me
sa.
fait.
Yeah,
Je
yeah.
toujours répéter ça. Je dis papi, ou toujours dit l'autre, oh oui, et pas menti, m'a fait l'aime te gen 18 ans. Oui, mais la vie, on pas dit comme ça, j'aime stresser, on pas
Ou pa
stresser comme
trese
ça
kon sa.
tout. On
Non,
pas capable de
non.
faire ça, je l'autre gen 18 ans, te gata. Then again, c'était faute pas ou à 18 ans. Ou comprendre, ou te gata, et
Mhm.
responsable tête tout. Qu'on a
Yeah.
demandé pour me responsable tête, moi côté mieux dans académie, dans collège. Comment pour me
Ou
responsable?
pa kapab, ou pa
Of course,
kapab.
and it's almost like ou obligé, ok, bon, bah, c'est ok, moi, ça me demandait, bon, font tirer sous lit, parce que y a de pas de responsabilité. All right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
on dit, ok, ma ou men à l'hôpital. So, comment l'hôpital là, is it like, l'arrivée, ok, ou tête Magdala pas bon, ou bien like, because one
No.
thing toujours dit, moun, like, regardless of what's going on, one must treat it, we must treat each other with dignity and respect, with respect, especially when it comes to mental health. That's what I tell people.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm.
very sensitive when it comes to mental health.
Mental
I've been
health.
dealing, that's my daily life when it comes to anxiety. And so I'm like, hey, just stop. Don't say that. Don't talk like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm smiling, that doesn't mean it's all roses. You don't know what it takes for me to get out of my bed today.
Yeah.
So, but for the explique, like the hospital, don't go into details, but
Sure,
okay,
sure.
you go and then, so
Yeah.
you at the hospital, and of course, mom, dad, the kids, how did they handle that?
Well,
You
here's the thing, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
of course, our upbringing, I didn't even tell my parents.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my mom found out because I usually do my mom's tax. So then that's the only reason why my mom found out, because I was supposed to do her tax. And then, so then I was in the hospital. So then I told my kids, you know what, just tell my mom I'm sick, I'm in the hospital, but I'm okay. But don't tell her anything. But my
Uh,
kids, they're worried about me. So when my
yeah.
mom called, hey, I'm calling your mother. Like, she was mad. She was just like, where's your mom? I'm trying to call her. She's not returning my call. So
Uh-huh.
then my kids had to tell her, Grandma, mom is not feeling well. She's actually in a psychiatric hospital.
Oh Lord, why did you do that?
So,
You
and
know what the guy realized? Timoni si ou pa ka di yon,
oh
oh
my God,
Jésus, ou pa
yeah,
ka di
oh,
yon
yeah,
anye.
oh my God, okay, bon
Mwen
secret,
men,
no?
my daughter, me touche di, wale pa tout le pou bevete samdou di adil, but I don't want to get confused, mom. Sometimes I forget. Like, what is wrong with you?
I know.
All right, so yo bay
Uh,
maman nouvel la kon sa. I
yeah.
can imagine.
Yeah, so then that's when kounya la li vin panse, kounya la li we ke li pat panse ke mtap gen tout stress sa yo. Lem vin
Uh-huh.
parlant sama avek li, kounya li dim pil si tou pa jam dim bagay sa, pou bon tout sa ma pala avò, pa jam dim ou nan tout problem sa. E pa men problem like problem financial, it was just stress
Life. Yes, life
life.
is
It was just
lifing.
life, you
Yes.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, mommy, ou kon ki jan ou ye, so pa jan pale problem ou, so mpa pale problem ou ya avon tou, ou men, even mari m pat konen, même mari m pat konen. So, but the kids, they were sad about it. Oh, my daughter started crying. It was just hard for them. It was hard for my entire family. But what I appreciated with my experience though is that it opened the eyes of my mom and my dad and my aunts and my uncle,
Nice.
because
Very
because
nice.
because like going on Facebook and putting myself out there, they were just like, even my sister, who's very like
Private.
private. She's
Yes.
so private. It doesn't matter. Like, she's worse than me. Like, I'm private. Her, it's like Fort North. It's just like you cannot enter. So even her, she was just like, you know what? I commend you, because there's a lot of Haitian people. There's a lot of people in general who needed to hear that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay, even if you're making the money. Money is nothing if you do not have your health. And
That's
mental
true.
health is health. Just like if you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, whatever it is, you go get help. You eat healthy, you exercise, you take your medication. Mental health is the same thing. You go get help, you get your medication, you eat healthy, you exercise, you take care of yourself. If you're making all that money and yet you're not around to enjoy that money, then what's the point?
Exactly. And that's what I always said. But of course, that's what I reach out to you. I was like, no, you need to come to ATF podcast because it's one of the things, of course, I've done numerous episodes on mental health and mental health, because again, like
Mm-hmm.
we stated earlier, it is so taboo in the Haitian
Asian
community,
community,
right?
yeah.
And regardless, muna gen wa na diaspora like 20, 30,
Mhm,
40,
mhm,
50 years, it's
mhm.
still taboo pulling them. So, how was it for you? Okay, so the Magdala that we know, a professional, super duper well educated, as far as we can see from the outside looking in, living her best life, making great money, not good money, but making
Great
amazing money in
Miami.
nice houses, like living their
Yeah,
dream. And
yeah.
then, boom, out of the blue, we saw Magdala on book, okay, telling us her experience with mental health. So, what was the feedback like? And
Oh, it was very disappointing. Very disappointing. Now, all of my white American friends, They were like, "Oh my God, Maggie, I'm so sorry. Yo vraiment fait me sentir que tem sa me gen li normal."
Yes,
But
that's part of health. That's part of life.
the
Yeah. Si moun
Haitian
isi yo gen
community,
57 ans, I have a friend of mine, particularly again, mom, I need her mental health today. I'm like, what she said? She said, what do you think? I gave it to her. And you know her
yeah.
reasoning? She said, Andy, I'm not in school with her. I don't know when she goes to school who's bullying her, like what's
Mhm.
going on. If
Yeah.
she needs that day, she deserves to get that day to collect herself. I'm like, you
Mhm.
know what? That makes sense. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Haitian community though, I was so upset. Like there were like a bunch of nurses, okay? Haitian
Nurses.
nurses. Oh,
Oh
yes.
wow.
Nurses
Mm-hmm.
calling me and telling me, "Oh my God, Magdala, pa ka pale drag sao, so much on, on Facebook, on social media, you're like embarrassing the family. Oh, you cannot be talking about things like that." And I'm like, first of all, you're a nurse. You are a healthcare professional. You should know better.
But
Oh,
but you're right. A nurse, not a Haitian nurse. Because ou konen 99.9% Haitian ka l'étudier nurse is just for the
for
money.
the
And
money,
then
yeah.
that's all they do. And then of course, no, je pa yo, sous son nurse, like you made it. You
Mhm.
successful, regardless. So they do it for the money, for the title. And then of course they will always be able to work. That's all it is. But
Mhm.
do they
Mhm.
really know qui sa qui est nurse? Because ou bien dit oui, nurses, infirmières, haïtiennes qui infirmières cap djou non pas supposé parler comme ça.
Mhm. Mhm.
Think about it.
True. And moi-même nurse, toute nurse me connaît, me toujours passé nurse ou gagner patience ensemble avec moun, so you
More
have
so
to show
compassion.
empathy, yeah,
Yes.
compassionate, empathetic, relatable to people, no matter what they are going through. You
Mba
need to
kwe
be
se
able
sa
to put
haïtien wap describe la
you
même. I'm
need to be
telling
able
you.
to put yourself in their shoes. Try to walk a
Yes.
mile in their shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But ça t'est vraiment fait que mal. Bon, m'te obligé crier back on Facebook because qu'elle me fait mal pour un pile ti moun qui a grandi dans communauté a qui pas vle parler de mental health parce que maman yo, papa yo, famille yo dit yo que log un problème, especially mental health, ou pas dwe parler de ça. Ou
Or
pas
they are
dwe, yeah,
embarrassed. Like you're
embarrassed about it. Yeah,
embarrassed.
you're
Like, what?
embarrassed. Yeah,
And it's
you
very
know?
sad
Oh.
because ou kompren 2023. Ou kompren nou nan 2023, ou non peyi wap viv, ou we koman peyi a e, ou
Mhm.
kompren sa mapjou, like, it is what it is. Life is lifing. And personally, Maggie, mpense, mental health was a thing in America. But COVID vin mette pied for like what, 3 to 4 years? Three to
Mhm.
four years, however long?
Mhm.
that that jerked a lot of people
People.
mentally, okay,
Mhm.
secoué en pile monde
Okay, moon.
because
Yeah.
and during that time I was in Korea. Bam don ti bagay chéri. Korea lèl do 6 heures du soir, tout le monde supposé la kayou. Be
Mhm.
outside if you want to. Pour sou pa pral lan gel. Ou kote pile moun yo ki deja ge COVID. Oh, they don't play. Ou kompren?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
then of course, I used to be able to watch the news. Let me gade America, right?
Mhm.
Especially New York, because they're not used to you just rete on the
And then
kai
I
and
saw
not
you.
being able to see people or go
Mhm.
outside to eat or communicate.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
of course, as humans, right, we need that human interaction with physical. We need that with
Mhm.
other
One
people.
physical interaction, yeah.
Yes, that's part of our survival. We
Mhm.
have to have that. Kunya pou di yo moun pou faire 2 3 mois or however long ka we moun,
Mhm.
okay, c'est seulement dans téléphone. And of course, tout moun, un paquet moun ap mouri, ou pa ka, say your last goodbye. Ou sa mabjou, ou
Mhm.
pa kapab, like, I remember, like, mpase en Italie, like, te gon dam, on frère, on mari, madame li te mouri, so yo tap tellement ramase moun, like, li te fait 3 jours.
Yeah, so
Ou
pas
kompren sa?
kawe.
Like it was
Mhm.
a lot so mentalman, unless you're not human, comment pour ça faire pas, like get you thinking like, oh my God. And then of course
Mhm.
the children. Because you know where a lot of young kids, okay, now they're talking, and I'm glad. Because guess what? They're not used to your family devant computer for like 8 hours of school.
Mm,
Some of them barely learning. They
yeah.
miss the waking up, shower, or whatever, get dressed and go to school,
Yeah.
make with other kids.
Yeah, they miss the social life. Yeah, they definitely did.
So, moi-même, tant comme je, but of course, dans la communauté, nous, hein, pour une raison, pour l'autre, et ou bien dit, infirmière, healthcare provider, ok? Pour yabdou, ou comprendre ça, mabdou,
Mm-hmm.
like, you shouldn't talk. But si son moun talk ou, a professional, like, pour moun kawe, hey, there's nothing wrong with, mentally unbalanced, c'est quoi ça m'rele. Oh, si magi kagel too, because I'm human too. It's not
Mm-hmm.
about, my lifestyle or the money that I make or, how well I'm living or I have a good
Mm-hmm.
family. Ou comprendre ça, Mabdou?
Yeah, je comprends. Yeah, but nous Haïtiens, nous vraiment besoin ouvrir genou. Ouvrir genou pour nous connaître. Mental health, c'est pas un bagage tabou. Il n'y a pas besoin de tabou. C'est une maladie qui même genre avec toute maladie. Si un monde qui a diabète, ou pas pas dire, oh, pas dire moun so gen diabète. Ou dire moun nan al chercher aide, al ka docteur, di docteur gen diabète. C'est même genre tout. Si un monde vient koto, yo djou, tête li pas sentil bien, tête li pas bien, sou pa ka kompren sa ka pasel den menel al ka jwen an moun ki ka kompren sa ka pasel. Pa dil pa pale de sa, pa dil sere sa, pa di moun sa. Paske den, ou pa konen sa moun nan ka fe. Le sa vin pase, m vin fe an pil recherche. Ti moun pou
Uh-huh.
gran ap suicide.
Oh,
Fami yo pat pay attention, yo pat vle kwel, yo te vle sere sa. So, sou gon moun, fam yo reme ki gen problem, konsey m ka ba ou, pa di moun nan pa chache ed, pa di moun nan pa pale de sa. Mene fam yo, mene frè, mene sè, mene pititou a jwen profesyonel ki ka edel. Sou pa ka edel, sou pa vel a jwen moun ki ka edel. Pasko pa konen ki jan ou pral save that person's life. You know?
yes. No,
Mm,
I agree. And like you said, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
no?
Nothing to be ashamed of.
Mm-mm.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
Shame on.
So,
It's true.
um, est-ce que Magdala, you having gone or couple Abdul,
Mm-hmm.
even from having gone through mental health, est-ce que eh, um est-ce an nou ti kon sa ke ok moun nan gen mental health li relon zanmi li dul sa ka supporte the right thing to do c'est pour moun nan ta di ok an al l'hôpital ou bien an al wè on let's seek medical
Psychiatrist.
help.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ou konen,
Mm-hmm.
mwen men bam jou, pou mwen net avon, mba jom itilize psychiatrist. Fase, de pou di psychiatrist, Haitien gata pase se psycho, ou kompren, mwen
Yeah,
men
c'est fou,
mwen
yeah.
men toujou di healthcare provider, ou bien mdou counselor, ou bien mdou
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
therapy. Pase, ou kompren, paske lò konen kominote, ou konen kom si gen de demo ki kamet, mdou non pon ti counselor, ou bien pon ti therapy. Sou vle kompren, wak kompren.
Moi, comprendre.
Ou
Yeah,
kompren sa
yeah.
mabdou, paske
Mm-hmm.
mentalman nou konversasyon sa telman tabou in our community. So lò pa di, oh, entel fou, chak jou la lon psychiatrist. Ou pa kompren sa mabdou.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. And of course, gede moun ki personel. Bagay sa
Mm-hmm.
personel pou li poko pre. Pou di, you
Pour
know
le
what?
règle ça.
Weekly, monthly, ou kompren sa mabdou,
Mm-hmm.
mwen won therapist, mwen won counselor, mwen won psycholog. Like, moun nan ki dwa poko pre, because moun nan ap still eseye, what does that mean to me? And how
Mm-hmm.
do I, hey, this is part of my journey, this is part of my life, before, pou msoti deyo, I need to be okay with it. I need to
Mm-hmm.
accept it. I need to be comfortable. Ou kompren?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so, is there anything, est-ce que ou pense ou même now, looking back, est-ce que ou pense at times gon bagay ou te ka fe, like, to prevent the breakdown or the issue that you had? Ou
Yeah.
pense like there are things you could have done to prevent it that?
Yeah, premier sa mte dwe fè, se pou mte aksepte ed, se pou mte mande ed. m'pas jamais demandé aide. So, c'est ça,
Ah,
me regrette en pile. Me regrette parce que bagay ça tellement tabou. M'pas vle moun konnen ça qui t'est passé. M'pas vle moun konnen que m'gen, you know, m'gen problème mental. M'pas vle moun que m'dépressé parce que, you know, Magdala, yo à l'école, ou gen degré, ou gen go travail, ou gen un mari, ou gen deux petits moun, ça ou vie ou parfait.
yeah, yeah,
Vie parfait ça ou pas doué di moun que ou ap souffri mentalement.
yeah, yeah.
So, c'est ça le problème là.
Mm,
Vim, you know, tout moun ap gade Vim, yo we kay mwen, yo di, you know, yo we mari, oh, li fin rive, mon cher, li get arrivé, oui, il rive.
I know.
But rive ça, tellement, you know, it almost cost me my life.
Yeah, yeah.
Mte dwe ouve bouche mwen depi kote mte komanse senti ke mpa normal, depi ke mte gen problem, you know, sa ke te komanse pase mbat ka dormi.
Ah.
So, you know, mba ka dormi. Tout sa m fe pou
Mm-hmm.
m dormi. Bon, mte menm pou like, you know, melatonin pou m dormi. Oh, sa pa, mba ka
Moi même
dormi.
pas connais les mon abdi pour melatonin. Moi, that thing does not work for me. I
It
gotta
didn't
get
work for
sleeping
me. I know.
pills.
It didn't work for me. Like, you know, I took melatonin. It didn't work, you know, and I was just like, oh, peut-être c'est stress là. You know what? Non. C'est pour m'endurer ça. C'est filmé, c'est haïtien, moi, c'est pour m'endurer. Endurer, m'pas ka dormir, m'vin pas ka manger, m'vin
Mm.
pas ka, you know, moi al travail, m'fait travail moins bien, but m'fait travail, m'tan ko c'est un zombie. C'est marcher, m'kon ça pour m'faire, m'kon qui est pour m'parler avec lui, tout bagay moi, toute routine moi, t'es perfect.
Mm.
But,
Which and ça tape vraiment hard pour un moun men ta découvrir. Cause le plus souvent ou dit moun oh something's off. Oh li pa kon fait ça, li fait ça. But you know when you on that mode, ta kou di routine ou nothing has changed. It's like
nothing
okay.
changed with my routine. Nothing. Mal travail, m'vin la kay mwen, m'occuper ti moun mwen, m'aider faire devoir, m'sorti, m'fait manger. Pas gen rien qui te pour ta ka di yon moun que non, ça pas Magdala non gon bagay qui a passé. Faut m'checker ensemble avec lui. But parce que c'est comme ça mieux, so moun pas vraiment pay attention to me.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
everything was working out. Like everything about my life was working out. So,
You know, Magda, another thing that I hate that with a passion. Sue Orbis when having a bad day. A strong black woman. Well, what does
oh,
that
I
mean?
don't like that words anymore.
Oh my God,
I
thank
do
you.
not like
And
that
then
word.
avec
I
tit
don't
strong
like
black,
it.
avec tit strong black women ça, dans tête nous-mêmes, nous vraiment penser son bout de fait nous yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
of course having that Caribbean, that immigrant mentality, especially us. I mean, it's all of us, Jamaicans, what ukopon sa
Mm-hmm,
mabdu. So
mm-hmm, yeah.
some really make us think we untouchable, we Superman. Some, oh, you are strong. I'm not. What does that mean? I'm a strong woman. Like I'm not human. What do you mean by strong? Oh no, that's not what I meant. What? Qui sauve les dit par là? Comme a
Yeah.
strong black woman na. Son
Yeah.
job miye, son robot miye. Of course I do feel.
Yeah,
Of
we
course
are
I
strong,
sense.
yes, but
Hold on, Curb.
mm-hmm.
So, pour moun qui fait monter yo, mabjo, ou est topic là, c'est professionals women's journey. Time to health, wellness, and then guest no, of course, c'est Magdala Emmanuel. She's been, you know, she has dealt with mental health, and of course, not even ou kopren la share histoire li avec nous, and of course, we can learn from it. And you know, Magdala, c'est pas un moun mou connaître you know, avant hier là. So we go way back, ti moun de parents, ok, nous te Haïti, ap fait ti demoiselle, ap kale kon nou, ok? So, and then of course, you know, Lemta de Magdala di, something along that way. I love my job, but I hate people. Oh my God, you got me. Okay, est-ce que, what were you thinking? Qu'est-ce que t'as passé?
Oh
Or
my
like, what the,
gosh.
qu'est-ce que ça voulait dire pour, I love my job, but I don't like people.
Well, here's the thing, right? So people see you, you know, like you have no feelings. You know, they see you waking up, you know, every morning, doing the job, you know, getting things is when you used to getting things done, people just keep putting more and more on you. and that's where I was. Like, my boss was putting so much on me, my staff, my husband, my kids. They just see me as a strong Black woman, as you said, but no one stopped to think, okay, Magdala, you have so much on your plate right now. What can I help you with?
Oh no, you mean what can we add? How much more we
Yeah,
can add
can
to it?
add, like
Mm-hmm.
keep adding and adding, but no one stopped to think, okay, you know what? I'm giving her three projects to work on. Maybe I should back down a little bit, give her some time to finish with the three projects before I add a fourth one. So that's what I meant by, I don't hate people in the sense of, human nature sometimes is just hard.
Yes.
They some people are, it's hard for them to feel compassionate, to care, to understand what someone else is going through. If it doesn't happen to them personally, they don't care.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
true. And,
these
and
are the type of people that I don't like.
And you know what? This is what I tell people. Okay, lot of the word self care. What does that mean to you?
Oh,
I can bout ma voix ou quoi?
Hold on, hold on. Check your message. Okay. So m toujou di moun lot the word self care. Ki sa l mean pou? Parce que sou pa reme tèt ou magi, mba ka reme tèt ou pou. You
true.
have to be able to take care of you. Okay, but
Hmm.
and em toujou di moun self care. It's all about preventing. It's not correcting. It's not fixing. It's preventing.
Yeah.
Mwen em toujou di moun sa, yes, regardless, like, quel que soit combien l'argent wap fe, or how much you love the job, especially giving my profession, like, the job will always be there. Fa gen 2-3 yon gen ki gantan pre, ok, kap fet vini, pou pran with with a
Pas job with
cheaper.
them. Hmm.
Exactly. Ou kompren sa mabdou. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to take care of you. Because at the end of the day, se ou men seul ou gen, and you have to be speak up. My boss, he was so upset. So I'm working on a project. Mboko men fini li ban mon lot. Mboko men fini li ban mon lot. Mboko men
Mhm.
fini li ban mon lot. So what I did, I put everything on my board and then I prioritize. But
Mhm.
the one that I feel like ki ton priorité pou li, se pat priorité pou li.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
then li
Yeah.
pale, Andy, I can't believe you. Did that just happen? I said, what just happened, sir? I mean, why did you do this one first? Oh, I prioritize. Well, what do you mean? Did you? No, because you keep giving me what shit I what mete, you putting on my plate, you putting on my plate. So I prioritize which one, in my opinion, needs to happen like yesterday. But
Mhm.
you know what? Being the great leader that he is, up a week later, hey, we need to have a working lunch. Okay. So, li konem son vicieux. So, yes, the triple chocolate thing, like, that's my thing. Oh,
That's
je
your
dis,
thing.
oh,
Yeah.
yes. So, la, le, la, j'tel pou mwen, okay? So, and then him, I apologize. Mti, for what? Because mwen men got oubliye sa. Because pou
Mhm.
mwen men, I just, okay, you having a bad day. Ou te met pala an pil, sa pa concern him because you're just having a bad day. I,
Mhm.
and I'm like, my mental is so precious to me. I don't take nothing personal. Like, ou gen do ap pale la, depi mwen son bagay ki pa pal fem bien, l'entre la, l'soti la. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. In and out, in and out. Madam Saturday, what did you say again? Because I feel like you were trying to, poking my mental health. So I had to shut that down.
Mhm.
So let him know you really taught me a lesson. I'm like, what was it? Et puis il dit, well, l'homme chita m'a maintenant petou, m'pa jam pense que you overwhelming or m'kito pour te prendre décision. Then oui, m'te supposé bon tout projet ça, même te supposé do OK, on chita ou comprend to prioritize mais ça qui avant, mais ça qui dernier. I'm
Mhm.
like, and ou connaît moi-même, oh, that's cool, sir. That's cool. Because moi-même, regardless, because I love me. Because I've been, dealing with mental health. I know how precious it is. So I'm just saying, no, I don't give you that power.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
it's because of insomnia, but not because, and of course, life happens, nous get
Mhm.
parents, of course, we get timon sometimes au pensée. But besides that, no, not for work. And yes, I do stay up at night for work, but not to the point where mentally I'm not balanced. Vous comprenez ça, Mabjou?
Yeah, I'm
So
comprendre.
so that's all it is. So now where are you now, Maggie? Like how is life treating you? Or are you navigating or All is
Well,
well?
all is well now. Yes. So it's been
I'm
over a
very
year
glad.
now. Yeah. So it's been over a year since, since the episode happened.
Yes.
So, yeah. So now I have learned very much to say no to people, and I've even said heck no. I'm sorry. I've
Maggie, when
learned,
you,
listen.
Maggie, oh my God. The art of no, of saying no.
No. Yep.
Oh, Jésus. Oh, vraiment bien ça dit. Aïe, aïe, aïe.
Yep.
No, heck
Yeah,
no.
it's a heck no now. Not even just a no, it's a heck no. I don't think so. I'm not
Yeah,
staying late
yeah.
for work. I've already have things going on, so you have another project or something that you want me to work on. I'm sorry, I already have two things going on, but I will see what I can do about this third one. And
Yes.
if you need it right away, well, I'm sorry. Do you want me to give up the two things that I was working on to work on that one? You let me know which one you'd like me to do
There you
first.
have it. Which one is your
And
priority? Parce que, yeah,
calm and
yeah. I
collected.
love
Calm
that.
and collected. I do not let anyone stress me out anymore. You have your stress, you keep it to yourself. When you're not stressed out, if you're stressed, don't give me your stress. Just keep it to yourself. That's all I know.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. As far as the family, how are they like, because ou connaît, on bagay m toujou di, like your tribe is your vibe, but your tribe, your support, right? It's important.
Well, my
Your
family,
village, you know?
actually, my village has become very, very close, well, closer to me now. Because
Nice,
now my
nice.
parents, both my mom and my dad checks on me very often.
Mm-hmm.
And they realize, you know what, Magdala, c'est premier petit l'allié, even though, depuis Haïti, t'es vraiment indépendante. But that independence, des fois, les besoins aident.
Yes.
C'est problème ça. Parce que moi-même, depuis que j'étais à Haïti, j'étais vraiment indépendant.
Mm-hmm.
M'pas n'entendre avec maman, avec papa, c'est moi-même qui était toujours fait tout bagaille pour tête moi. Parce que j'étais déjà gagné trop sœurs.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so côté maman, m'pral prend temps pour la pour occuper. So,
Yes,
j'étais
yes.
toujours vraiment indépendant. So, kounya la, maman avec papa, yo vraiment, they are very
Mettez focus
understanding.
là sous, yeah,
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
need to check on her too. Mais est-ce qu'on peut say it is the why do you think is that? Parce que ou di yon bagay qui important parce que c'est premier petit touye and then you get ti frère à sœur. So it's almost like you had to grow up, right? Parce
Yep,
que
that's
l'autre
what
ti
it
moun
is.
yo for maman à papa like focus sur yo. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like okay, I'm out, m'fin sauver déjà, so let me do stuff. And then of course at times taku kon pala de moun yo di, whoa, I hate being the first one because it's almost like you a mini parent yourself. Because
It's
parfois
true.
for aider parents, parenting, your siblings and things like in that nature.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Because you become like a second mom. Because
Yep.
then when your mom and your dad cannot do this, then you have to babysit. Then you have to
Oh
go look,
yes.
making sure that your brother or your sister are not getting into trouble because you get baton. So
I
if
know. Oh God,
if they get
yes.
into trouble, like not only they get baton, I get baton. And I'm like, what did I do? I
I
didn't do
know.
anything.
Oh,
So
oh,
what am
that's
I
what you
getting
call a
baton
team,
for?
okay? The whole squad up for battle. I get what you for battle. Oh Lord.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
you definitely become a second parent. It's so true. Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned exercise. So now I guess exercising is like a must. Like you have to incorporate. I mean, you must or you do incorporate it. Exercise because and I said that being which is I would like to some of the things that you do to come si pour be mental ou balancer,
Mentalement,
like to balance
yes.
life in general.
Well, so I actually, as much as I love my Haitian food, I stopped eating a lot. I stopped eating a lot of fried food and a lot of
Got it.
rice. I either eat brown rice or black rice. Um,
Ooh,
and
black
then
rice.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
and
ça ti totom
it's
nan te tombe pou mwen.
delicious.
Ah oui, it's a black rice.
Black rice. Yeah, so then so I try not to eat a lot of fried food or greasy food. So then I eat lots and lots of vegetables and fruits. Um and then exercise. Oh, I have a minimum of 3 days a week, but there are times when my schedule permits me, I exercise almost 6 to 7 days a week. And And it doesn't
Ah,
even have to
nice.
be like, it doesn't even have to be hard things. Like, I'll go for a walk, I'll um go and, I don't know, start running or jogging, or even if I don't want to do running or jogging, then I'll go weightlifting for like an hour. So then I'll just like put on my Netflix and then walk on the treadmill, or put on my Netflix and then lift weights. So you can actually watch a movie while you're exercising. Like, even in my house, like, every commercial break now, I do jumping jack right in my apartment. Or I'll do sit-ups, like doing a commercial breaks, or I'll try to do something during that hour of TV, and then when there's a commercial break, I take that 30 seconds to just do something. So that has helped me to keep, like, not, to feel good about myself, because then it boosts your serotonin, and so, which is the feel good hormone that's in the body. So
Okay.
yeah, so then I actually, now my health is my priority. I prioritize my life over anything else.
Quick question. So you said now, if like I guess obviously you from listening to you, you changed your lifestyle as a whole, your lifestyle period. But you
Mm-hmm.
said, so does that, was it like, what does that have to do with food? So would that mean like food that you eat affects your mood, or you just wanted to like be healthier? Because you said you still, you went from, because us Haitian, our food can be, whew.
Yes,
So you said
yes.
you went from, fried food to, more like, I guess,
Yeah,
baking
yeah,
and,
baked
and
food,
stuff like that. So those are
baked chicken.
healthier.
Yeah. So then, well, yes. So then I don't totally stop eating my Haitian food, because we cannot stop eating our food. But
I
what I
agree.
do,
I was
I
about to say, ooh, a griot, a fried plantain, fried
yes.
pork,
So yeah, so
Jesus.
then I do have my fried plantains here and there, and my
Got it.
griot, but I don't eat it every night. I don't
Ah,
eat,
got it.
I don't eat diri collé à pois every night. Or if
Oh
I
no,
do have diri, and pois and things like that, it's a little bit, but then my plate is full of vegetables,
fair enough.
cauliflower, a nice salad with tomato, with, zonion ladan,
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah, so
Hello, I cannot hear you.
sorry, yeah.
Hello.
Yes,
Okay.
sorry,
Mm-hmm.
I'm here. Yeah, so so moi manger toute vegetable la first, and then moi manger diri ya. So pour ventre moi ka presque fin
So
plein.
by that time you're almost full.
Mhm. So c'est ça me fait.
Nice.
Non, mon cher,
All
moi
right.
m'baka stop, stop eating Haitian food. It's just,
I
I
got
just
you.
fix it in a way to help me out.
All right. So how fitting it is. Amy, don't want to mess up Uzunyen, but I will say Amy, the CEO of Mood Connect. I just want to say welcome to Antoutfranchiz podcast. And of course, the subject is professional woman's journey, time to health, wellness. And of course, our guest is Magdala Emmanuel. She's a very great friend of mine. She recently had to deal with mental health. And of course, this is what we're talking about. Of course, she's telling her experience, and of course, having me dealing with mental health. So we're just, talking about mental health and the do's and the don'ts, and of course, things like, she could have done to prevent it, and educating the community. Because in the Haitian community, when it comes to mental health, it's very taboo, right? It is frowned upon. And of course, our generation, we trying to change that, right? By having conversation and letting the elderlies, and even some people within, our generation, who think it's not okay, to having to deal with mental health, like it is okay. And like Magdala stated earlier, mental health is part of your health. and let's say every year you go to see the doctor for your annual checkup. Well, your mental should be part of it too, from head to toe, not just the eye into your health, but your mental, like the whole head. So again, you're more than welcome. You the mic. If you're available and able, we would like to hear from you. Say what you have to say, even to the Haitian community. But in the meantime, Magdala and I will continue to having this great conversation. And of course, don't feel threatened if you're here, because obviously, as immigrants and specifically Haitians, we tend to drop some Creole. So I call it Creolish into our conversation. But it's all well. I promise you. And again, feel free to jump in. I send you the mic. If you want to say anything. And of course, I would like to hear from you. And of course, the Antoutfranchiz podcast audience is, of course, wherever they will be listening to this podcast. I'm pretty sure they will appreciate to hear from you well. All right, Magdala. So, and do you still go work to the same place you were working at, or because I understand you said you had to do a total change, like a 360, well, really a 180 degrees change, really. So you still obviously you change your lifestyle. You have, I mean, you include exercising more often, which is you said 5 to 6 days a week,
Mm-hmm.
and of course the way you change, the way you eat, your diet, really you have to change that. What other changes that you had to make, or it just it's a marathon, right? It's a
Mm-hmm.
day by day, what works, what doesn't work, and what is it like you have to curtail a little bit, or.
Yeah, so it is definitely a day-to-day battle. At least it was for me because it took me almost a year and a half to figure out a good routine that works for
Ah.
me,
Uh-huh.
so then I had to learn to take care of myself, to do that self-care. Self-care doesn't mean that you leave your family hanging, because if you love your family, you also have to take care of yourself. So that is self-care. So then I had
Yes.
to retrain my brain literally
Uh-huh.
to actually say, listen, you have a family, you have people who love you. So if you don't take care of yourself, then you're going to not only let yourself down, but also all those people who are counting on you, your parents, your children,
Very
your
true.
community. So for me, it was a day-to-day battle. I had to take it one day at a time. And then I started with just working out my food and my diet, and then I started working out one day a week for like 30 minutes. And then until I now I can go to the gym, and then 2 years gone by. I mean, 2 hours gone by, and I don't even notice it, because now it becomes part of my daily
And
lifestyle.
I want to say, is it because you're also having fun? Because once you're seeing the progress,
Oh,
oh, okay,
yes.
my legs are
So,
toned. I love what I'm seeing.
yes,
That's always my
it's
motivation.
true.
Oh, I look
It's
good.
true. I
Okay.
know. So what
Okay.
I did, I actually look for classes that I enjoy. So yeah.
Ah, nice.
So then I started taking Zumba classes because I love to dance. So then I took Zumba
Ah.
classes, and then after that I did Pilates. So then I started, first I experimented with like different workout styles and different coaches until I find the ones that I like. And then now
Yeah.
it's just like if I don't go to like my Thursday night Pilates at 5:45, it's literally like in my calendar at 5:45. No matter
Wow.
what, I'm sorry, I have 1 hour of Pilates on day. That's my time. That's mine. And then
Wow.
after that, I will get back with you. So I had to make a lot of changes. And then as far as my job, I actually quit that job because
Okay.
they were I don't know, their policy, their vision did not meet with my vision anymore. So that was the other thing that I had to change. I had to find myself a workplace where it's not just about the work, it's not just about making the money, but it is also about the people who work there. I needed to find a company who not only values the patients who came through the door, but also values the people who are taking care of the patients. So where, yes, so where I work now, my staff and everybody there, the doctors, everybody works well together. We are a family, we are a community, we work with each other well, and we take care of each other well. Mm-hmm. I know. Mm-hmm. Made, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the home needs to be your oasis. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yes. For you, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Oh man. Yeah. 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 To begin with, yes. Mine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, how was your day? Is everything okay? How are you feeling? I'm fine. No, I didn't ask you how are you feeling? Are you balanced? Are you 100%? It's just questions like to force them, okay, because my daughter hated COVID. Do you want, oh my God, because she didn't go to school, she couldn't go outside. And of course, having one child, like she called me helicopter mom. I'm like, no, you got to stay inside. You can go outside and play. I don't care if other kids go, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, is that scareness, like, you have that fear of the unknown,
Yeah.
you know. So, but I'm glad. I'm super duper glad that, of course, you're thriving, and of course, I salute you. I commend you
Thank
for
you.
having the courage, to speak up.
Thank you.
And because of course, when you said Facebook is speak up to the world, that get the opportunity, to listen. And it takes a lot, especially from our upbringing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because growing up, we were taught everything gotta stay close knit, like circle, mun pa kon sa na pase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so secretive. And of course, people cannot help you if they don't know what's going on with you, what you're going through. You have to ask for help. People not going to say, oh, Andy needs help, Maggie needs help. No, that's not how it works. You
Mm-hmm.
have to ask first, and be able to open to whomever, that professional is that you talking to. So again, and thank you for that. But when I heard the word, I don't like people, oh my God, I laughed so hard. I was like, whoa, I said, my friend is
I
going through
know. I
it.
was I
What
was
is people
going through it.
doing to
I
my
was
friend?
going
Oh my
through it.
God.
I was in a bad headspace. I was it
Yes,
was tough. It was
yes,
tough. It actually woke me up and scared me. Yeah,
yes,
it scared me
yes.
big time.
A friend of mine, she called me, and I was sleeping, and she called me. It was 3 in the morning. She said, I can sleep, I need to talk. I'm like, okay, talk. No, you need to come over. I'm like, it's 3 in the morning. She said, no, I really need you to come over, like now. I said, okay, stay on the phone with me. I put on clothes, and then we started talking. And while we talking, I said, sweetie, I said, we have to go to the hospital. No, you here. I said, I'm here. I said, but I'm not here.
Yeah.
I'm here, but I'm not here. And I need you to have someone that's physically, mentally 100% here firmly. Well, I said, let's just go just to make sure. And, and even as of today, she was like, and they kept her, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, thank you. But of course, it's big. And, she's Haitian, right?
Mm-hmm.
She could have called her brother. She could have, wake up her sister because they live in the same house.
Mm-hmm.
But she called me. And of course, we're sitting in the car just talking. I said, oh no, sweetie, we gotta go, we need. And I'm like, I always have issues. I'll be talking too. Because I have to make her feel
Comfortable, yeah.
comfortable. And I'm glad she knew, when whatever she was feeling, she knew she has just somebody enough to call. And I think that's the thing where we have all these deaths and, suicide ideation and stuff. It's just like they feel like they don't have somebody they can trust enough with that quote unquote
Secret.
secret, or this conversation, or that word, like, mentally I'm
Yeah.
imbalanced.
Yeah.
So, but I tell you, for me, if you're in my family, I'm having a bad day right now. You're poking my anxiety right now.
Yeah.
Like, I have to speak up, because I realize if I don't say it, nobody will say it, and they will
To do
continue.
it.
And I had to deal with the aftermath. Want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, nope. Let me call you. And even the elderlies, Tati, let me call you back. What? How did Tati, can I please call you back? Okay, I love you. I hang up, and then you don't hear from me for another 2 months. Yes, but now guess what? They learning,
Yeah.
they learning. And again, like I said it earlier, I think it's because of our upbringing. Like, hey, you're supposed to just take it, and not talking, not saying anything. And if you're talking, you're complaining, you're whining, which is
Yep.
growing up. They don't teach us that.
Yeah.
How are your children doing now? You back, you thriving, and what are they doing? Like, mom is back and life is good.
They
You
are
know.
doing awesome. Kids are so resilient. So they are doing
Oh
awesome.
my
And as
God,
long as mom
yes.
is doing okay, I feel like they are doing okay.
Oh
Yeah.
yes,
So,
oh yes.
and
I always tell my daughter, I'm the HOH. Forget about that. I'm the head of household. I'm
that's
telling
it.
you, you know what I mean? Because you are taking care of
It's
everybody.
true. It's
That's the
true.
reality.
It's so
You
true,
know.
yeah. But they're doing good.
I'm
They
glad.
are thriving. They know that if they need anything, if they need to talk to mom regarding anything, mental health or anything, they I have their back. So, and that's what's important to me.
That's good. And of course, my understanding they're in college, and
Oh yes, yes, yes.
so they visit often or just a holiday. Because kids over here, because they live on campus, they think they're
Oh,
grown.
I know, right? I know. My daughter, she's coming next week for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
So we're going to,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
and
you're
my son,
cooking.
oh no, girl, we're going out. I'm not cooking. I told you.
There are companies that actually
Yes,
make the turkey for you.
yes,
Like they make
yes, we are ordering
they make.
out.
That's what I tell my family. I said, look, I said, just why you don't have to slave in the kitchen anymore.
Mm-mm.
Just pay the money, and how many people you feeding, just double
Yeah.
it because it's
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
no, I
You
have a
know.
stress-free life motto now. I do not, anything that will cause me stress, I delegate to other people. They are professional who can make the turkey, make everything else. So I
Yes,
send it to
yes.
them.
But unlike me, it's not because you don't know how to
Oh
cook,
no, no,
right? It's
no,
because
because nope. I can hold down in the kitchen.
I
It's
got
just
you. You better than
no.
me.
I just this year, I'm like, nope, you guys are gonna be here just for a few days. I don't want to
That's
spend my
true.
entire time cooking and cleaning and I don't get
That's
to see
true.
you.
Yeah.
I don't see you all
That
the
is
time.
true.
You know,
That is
so my
true. That is
priority
true.
is
Let's go
them. I
somewhere.
want to see their face.
Yes.
I want to see them eating. I don't want to have to worry about the dishes in the sink. I have to clean up.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Maggie I've been dealing with I've been dealt with mental health. Would you say that changed your perspective in life in general about your children, people in general, or?
Yes, definitely. Because now I've always been someone who cared about people. I like if you need something, like even back in Haiti, like kids don't have a notebook, I'll give them my notebook and then go and tell my mom that I lost my notebook.
Yeah.
Or like my book, if I realize someone don't have a book, I'll give them my book and then go say, Mom, somebody took my book. But I know who take my book because I give it to the kid, who don't have
Yes.
it. So I've
Yes.
always been someone who cares about other people. But I feel like now I have a better understanding of the human nature. I am I'm more compassionate towards people's suffering, towards especially when they say,
Yes.
"Oh, my head, I can't deal with it anymore. It's just I don't know what to do anymore." Words like that triggers me to say, you need to have a meeting. You need to take a step back
Yeah.
and just
Uh-huh.
think about what is causing you to feel that way, and then let's figure out how to fix it. So,
Yes. Yes.
and then not only that too, now me saying no to people is like, oh, such a relief, because like my therapist says that I have people pleaser complex. Like I always want to please people, but it's,
Uh-huh.
yes, it's good to make people happy, but the first people pleaser should be me. I need to be able to learn to please me to make me happy. So I had to
Yes.
stop that. Like even with my kids, now I have to put like um so I have to hold my grounds with them, because they, sometimes they will be very unreasonable. Children are unreasonable. So I have to say,
Oh
honey,
yes.
I love you, but no, you do not need this right now. You already have five of these. Why do you need another one of the
Yes.
same kind? You want
Yes.
another
Yes.
one, then you
Mhm.
donate this, and then when you donate it to somebody else who do not have it, then I'll get you something else. But no. So I had to like prioritize, hold my ground, and just know when to say no.
Me, my daughter, I don't know. For me, it's guilt, right? Having leaving her, because I've been leaving my daughter due to the nature of my work
Yeah.
since she's 6 years old. So I feel like I have to overcompensate. So I haven't get to the no part
Well,
yet, you
your
know?
kid is still young. Me, I have like
Yeah.
my daughter is going to be 19 and my son is like a 21-year-old man. So they're not children anymore.
Yes, I
You know what
got
I'm
you.
saying?
I
But when they
got you.
were
Fair
younger,
enough. Yes.
yes, they, like if they need anything, mama will say, they just have to say, "Mom, can you jump?" And I'll ask them how high. But now
Yes.
they are adult kids. So, they are
Yeah.
still my babies, but they are grown adults. And, so I have to learn to say to those adults, I'm sorry, honey, if you need this, you need to go get a job. And that's that,
Yeah. Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
so yeah. But,
I got you.
hmm
I got you. I got you. I got you. But again, right? So do you have any word for the Antoutfranchiz? This is what I call it.
Antoutfranchiz, yes,
Antoutfranchiz,
yes,
baby.
yes.
My love for that word. So if you have to tell them, a few things concerning mental health, because of course, you have audiences that will be listening
Mm-hmm,
after we're done.
mm-hmm,
What would you tell them when it comes to mental health and really the Haitian community, whether if it's a young man, young woman, or parents,
mm-hmm,
have dealing with children?
yes.
What would you tell them?
So for parents, I would say, listen, do not make it so that your kids cannot come to you to tell you they are going through something. Leave the door open, be approachable for your kids to be able to come and say, Mom, I don't feel good, or something is wrong with my head. Because then, if you are if everything that they do, you criticize them, they won't come to you and ask for help. So you need to be,
Mhm.
approachable and understanding of your kids. And to the kids, young adult, whoever you are, don't be ashamed to ask for help. The worst thing you can do for yourself is not asking for help, because I am telling you, my problem was that I did not ask for help in time. If you wait before it's too late, then it's no one else's life, really. It's your life. So you have to be the advocate for your life. You only have that one life that God
Mm.
give you. Take care of
One
it.
life to
Yeah,
live.
take care of it.
Hmm.
Be your own advocate. Because if you have kids, you're going to want to take care of that kid. If you have parents, you take care of your parents. So why not taking care of yourself? Take care of yourself, because if you don't, who's going to take care of your kids if you're gone? Who's going to take care of your parents? Who's going to send money to Haiti to take care of those
Woo!
family that you
That's
have in
another
Haiti?
that's another topic itself.
Who's
Woo,
going to
girl.
be there? Who's going to be around to take care of those family that you have? You have to be able,
Relying
relying
on
on you
you.
100%.
Yeah.
But if you're not
Yep.
100%, how can you give 100% to someone else? You need to be
True.
100 to be able to at least give the 25 or 50%. But if you're at
That's
25, you can't give no 25. You can't give no 50. You cannot give what you don't have yourself. So take care of
very true.
yourself, ask for help. Don't wait until it's too late.
And then now, Maggie, we have these youngins. I call them youngins, but really, those you have this group of people that came from Biden, a culture shock for them. The ones coming from those what are Nicaragua and Mexico
Mm-hmm.
and this other country, they are to me. And of course you can hear when they're talking, and it's funny, right? Once you deal with mental health, you can be like, yep, I
You
can
can
see
see the
those
sign,
signs.
yep.
These words, oh yeah, they do sounds
Mm-hmm.
familiar. So you got, these young kids, we got, of course, living home what they know, but of course they didn't have a choice, because if you look at how motherland is right
Mm-hmm.
now, you know um of course, and they tell you they're very stressed. to the point some of them are having a hard time adjusting in America.
Yeah.
What would you tell them? Because mentally, when they're talking, you're like, okay, sweetie, you derailing. Let's come back, come back. Okay,
Mhm.
let's try to eat that apple. Let's try to eat that pizza slice by slice.
Mhm.
Let's cut the pie because you cannot just jump on it. What would you tell them? Because it is a problem in our community. And of course, what they expected in America, that's not what they are dealing with. It's the harsh reality.
Yeah.
What advice would you tell them, or what would you say to them?
Sure, because I feel like people think yes, we have problems in our motherland, true, but coming here in America is, I remember my cousin, and I love her to pieces. She one time asked me for money, and I was in school and I wasn't making a lot of money. So then I told her, I said, I'm so sorry, I don't have any money right now because I have to pay for school. She told me, well, why don't you go and shake the tree, the money tree, and then send it to me? And I was just like, you know what? I love you, but you're coming to America. So when you find that tree, you let me know.
Oh
So
yes,
when you come here to America, it's not all roses and you just come and find jobs. You have to be mentally and physically prepared to deal with all of the stuff that the American lifestyle will be throwing at you, because you have to be able to
yes,
work. You have to be able, first of all, you need to speak the language. And if you don't
oh
speak the
yes,
language, one, so it's going to make it 100 times harder for you to find the right job. So, and then just because you were a teacher, a doctor back in Haiti does not mean when you come here in America, you're going to be a teacher or a doctor. So you have to start from the bottom. So you cannot stop you or stress you out or depress you. So you have to see it as an opportunity to just get yourself here and then grow. You just need to learn to grow and just adapt with the environment,
uh yes,
you know?
uh, yes. No, I agree. I agree, and of course, thank you for that, Maggie. Again, I'm cheering for you.
Thank you.
I will continue to cheer for you. Thank you on behalf of the Haitian community, on behalf of our generation and future generation. I thank you the courage to speak up and for continue not to back down regardless of what some of our peers are saying to you or trying to shut you down or to steer you away. Mental health is self-care. It's part of self-care. It's part of your being, it's part of you. And physically, let's say your arms, your body parts can be fine, but if your mental capacity is not there, mentally you're not balanced, you still sick, you know and I strongly believe it's a conversation we need to continue to have in our community. And hopefully one day my child for now, and your children and our children, will continue to have the conversation. But the good thing is, they are being raised on this land, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they do see things different, and for them, it's okay. Like there's nothing to be ashamed of. And of course, as their parents, we will continue to educate. You need to speak up, and if you need help, you need to ask for help. And for what you do for patients, right? For Because I know I cannot tell you how many times I've been to the hospital, and having someone that's advocating on my behalf,
Mm-hmm.
having a great nurse, okay, who try to walk at least a mile in my shoes, like you stated earlier, it means a lot. It means a lot, because sometimes I just go to a hospital, I just want to feel better. I don't want to be battered, and I'm pretty sure they're like, oh my God, what is wrong with her, right? But the understanding, this is where the care, right? This is where the compassion,
Mm-hmm.
the empathy comes in. And of course, when we hear the word healthcare professional, that's what we expect, or that's what it should be. And of course, as patients, we do the very best
Mm-hmm.
that we can. But there are times we simply not our hair, we simply not having a bad day,
Day. Mm-hmm.
or we simply in a very bad funk.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we need you guys to help us get out of the
Oh,
funk.
yes,
you
yes.
know um I thank your parents for you. I thank the universe for you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I love you and thank you for continue to dropping gems and to do great things, for the society and mostly for our community. I love you to pieces. And of course, we need to now I have your number and we need to stay tight.
Mhm.
And of course, try to get the other girls. And, we don't know what the future hold, but 2024 is pretty near.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for sharing your stories with me. Thank you for sharing your story with the Antoutfranchiz podcast community and the Haitian community and the Haitian and diaspora as a whole. Because the podcast, we have a lot of listeners, pretty much wherever you have Haitians. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, I always tell all my guests the first time you are a guest, the second time you're just part of Antoutfranchiz family, because the purpose of the podcast is to talk, to educate, and of course to speak, right? What's going on, what is not going on, and how can we as people, as immigrant, as Haitian, how can we do better and continue to create ways for the future generation and make an impact. That's the goal of our franchise, and of course showcase us Haitian how great we are, how well we can do, and we belong here. We are part of this great nation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, Amy, so thank you for stopping by. So hopefully next time, you have the opportunity to grab the mic and speak. And of course, for the ATF, toute franchise podcast listeners, t'as souhaité que nous prend le son de ça, nous prend note. Et comme que te kon toujours dit, et puis Magdala lui-même, lui vient répéter ça encore. So mental health is self-care, ça fait partie de santé nous tout. Oui, c'est un tabou lié, but grâce à Dieu, nous avons un pays qui évolue. C'est pas vous même seulement qui gagne. Si vous sentez ou pas bien, si vous sentez you're not your here today, something doesn't click, ou pas qu'à comprendre pensée ou, m'crie en grâce, mande aide, ou pas gagner pour honte, ok? Parce que moun nan tout le monde, d'une façon ou d'une autre, a deal avec some type of mental something. Et que pas de bagay ka cause, li pas un bagay en général. So, li pas un bagay spécifiquement. So, ma priye nous en grâce, retire bagay tabou ça dans tête nous, pas occuper nous de ça moun ap dit de nous. OK, si ou besoin ou thérapie, un counselor, even a psychiatrist, al well, ça c'est droit ou, ça c'est devoir. Tant que Maggie te dit, si ou pas camper, ou pas kalonger men bay lot yo. Et en pile moun reme ou gen famille ou gen zami ou gen petit ou, et société a expect de ou. Et encore ou même tout, m'pense que ou reme tête ou. Alors ou doué tête ou ça, prends soin tête ou. Chaque année, l'on fait check-up yearly, make sure tout nous mande docteur nous pour nous parler avec un thérapie, un psychologue ou bien un psychiatriste. Ou comprendre pour nous parler comment année antérieure mais ça qui dans tête nous. Ou comprendre, ou pas obligé reton, c'est leur senti tête là pas fin trop bien ou bien you're not having a good day. Ou comprendre capable maybe chaque un an ou bien chaque 6 mois ou aller ou font ti parler moi-même nous d'ailleurs nous connaissons toujours dit ça sur podcast là. Vous comprenez? Et, mais c'est fait une fois par semaine, mais parfois c'est 2 fois, 3 fois l'aller pour moi. Vous comprenez ça m'a dit parce que moi connais ça venir it is part of my daily life. Vous comprenez? So, moi besoin pour me survivre. Vous comprenez ça m'a dit et bon chance pour moi-même, moi connais l'homme besoin. Moi connais le pour me frapper porte, moi connais le pour mettre appointement et nous besoin parler. Il te met 10-15 minutes. So, encore une fois, quel que soit côté ou à côté, wherever you're listening to the podcast, I salute you. And again, mental health is self-care. Take care of you, take care of those around you, and most importantly, take care of your mental health. Thank you. Good night. Bye.